Sylvia was born in Richmond, Virginia. She was part of the cohort of students who experienced desegregation. She did have a special perspective because she grew up as an African American in a racist American. You know, she's an insider and an outsider, and I think she played that very well all through her life.
Sylvia was extremely graceful. She was very tall, she was very elegant.
There was a kind of vibrancy to her.
She was very unpretentious. She had this great big laugh, which always put everybody at ease.
I first met Sylvia when we were students in the MFA program in graphic design at Yale. We were really exposed to a lot of different aspects of design that fueled some of Sylvia's curiosity. And at the end of the program, we started a business called 212 together.
212 in general, and Sylvia in particular, were really the first people that I knew of in our profession who were asking questions that would later become known as part of a larger user-centric orientation in design.
The firm was an expression of the diversity of our education. And Sylvia developed this term public information design that fueled the rest of Sylvia's career beyond 212. Our clients were museums and cultural organizations.
Redesigning the census forms. Most people would just say, next. She not only saw that kind of thing as fun, she saw it as just a party waiting to happen. I mean, she really loved the idea of being an ambassador for design.
She wanted things to be better. She wanted a better world. She wanted people to have access to the right things. Sylvia's great satisfaction was not in creating a beautiful piece of design for herself, but in seeing a great design system.
She loved the visual world, but she was very grounded in need and in purpose.
The focus in the latter part of her career was the planning of resources around making good design happen.
She wasn't afraid of complicated things. She wasn't afraid of complicated, boring things. And I think for Sylvia, the idea was that the citizen designer is engaged in the process and not just the outcome.
The idea of public design really kind of led to the last iteration of her firm, which was citizen research and design.
And what's interesting about us is that we are a teeny tiny firm with gigantic clients.
That spoke to Sylvia's idea of creating a larger enterprise that was bigger than herself, to particularly focus on the public realm and also on the research that is the underpinning of a good design, empowering people to create a better public experience.
So what we do is we don't just go in the studio and design. We come out on the street, interact with people, bring them in, talk to them.
Making complicated things more clear was something that she excelled at.
Sylvia was no doubt a feminist. Being a confident, bold woman of color running a design business was her way of saying, I belong here, I'm part of this conversation.
She could talk to me about some very serious strategy one minute, and by the end of the sentence, let me know it was equally important that she stop and buy mittens for her daughter. There's some great strength in that.
She demonstrated the power of design in society and that what we do has a real impact on people's lives. So her legacy is very big and deep and broad in all senses, so it lives on.